Right, welcome. Your constant updates, analysis on YouTube. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube and every yes, I said all the analysis on Yakekani Aboma. You didn't everyone was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Said once subscribe to channel now. Obviously, subscribe to channel now. Turn on notification. Make sure send the notification turn on which is all. Send it by a debia. Content charge up here. Or your first to have it was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Bibia and yeah, come on. Evermore, I was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Investors, and their codes, has been put out. I mean, codes now. Like I said, every time they're linked to the Fiifi-Manfred Telegram, about description of the video, link to Fiifi-Manfred WhatsApp betting, special betting. Google will be in the description of the video. Or call Facebook, or call Twitter, Fiifi-Manfred. Also, over here, also in the description about them, I also put the codes on your screen here. Betway codes and some of those who will watch you all of them. Remember, most of the tidbits here will remove in properly all the analysis that the amount has on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. We have all the analysis over here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Come here, I said Arsenal HSS center forward. But the good news for Arsenal, and they said a branch here friend Bukayo Saka back in the free. And Arsenal for them had more big one against Fulham. In that game, Mikel Arteta created a pre-match press conference over there. And Mikel Arteta catching some turn for a branch here friend Bukayo Saka back. Oh yeah, Arsenal fan, good news for you because you are getting Bukayo Saka at a time where there is Real Madrid on the horizon in terms of the Champions League. And in the last few days, my name is Boss Delali at Tiago. We had a conversation where Arsenal fans is almost perceive Bukayo Saka back. For Madrid fans, it means that there is somebody also more difficult to deal with from a centre backs now. And given what's impending, so Madrid and Yala Kinasi, Kunya Banema, Antonio Rudiger, and the players in the last have been a deserved advantage inside. Match number bonity Bukayo Saka back uti na Mikel Arteta or explicit what he said was that Bukayo Saka is back and ready to go. That's exactly Asema coach your friend Mikel Arteta over there. And in Tiwaba back what it means is that Arsenal for new sporting director friend Andrea Barca, former Atletico de Madrid sporting director, and the entourage of a branch friend Bukayo Saka. When they sit down, they have a conversation. What is going to happen is that Arsenal Forum will now make sure they find a way or maybe a branch of friend Bukayo Saka the contract extension or deserve which is something that's very, very good for a branch your friend Bukayo Saka over there. Inside game and now Sevilla Betis and Sevilla boy and a branch of friend Isco and the yellow card, and because of a combination of cards in T, Isco is going to be out. In Sevilla versus Barcelona game on the next weekend, my brother Isco Alacron is not going to play now. And now I can say Isco Insu as now Nenyati Tenisu, he's not happy, say he's not going to be able to play that game. Of course, Isco Alacron was going to miss that game, but somebody not that game in Betis, any team in French Sevilla boy in fact not just that game, all throughout what has happened since he joined Betis under Manuel Pellegrini. Performances has been top notch. Makoya branch here friend Anthony for Manchester United, and Obiani how Anthony struggled at Manchester United this season. Not only be more cry. In fact, since Eric Ten Hag gave free on him now, already free Amsterdam by free Manchester United now. It had been difficult for branch here friend Anthony to play even this season, and Eric Ten Hag cannot share them born in now since he went to Spain on loan to Betis no boy Anthony Bono. Boys say baby Anthony akoko fa akoko jedro all country no so prepare no continue because born Anthony ebo team your friend Real Betis stay serious and now some exciting thing for Brantia your friend Anthony for the very first time in preseason. Arsenal story must spell Liverpool in on preseason our Japan club in Chelsea and Real Madrid on preseason with a club World Cup, but other clubs back on preseason. Japan, I hope, and yet said it's going to be the first ever London derby in the preseason, the first ever London derby, because of Japan in Tokyo, big one between Arsenal and a team, your friend Tottenham Hotspur. Remember games that are very interesting in preseason, of course. Club World Cup, now preseason games, costing that transfer, costing tea. It drew all kind of still, the constant update, remember, every time I say Arsenal for a percenter for them. To see how I say, now David Austin reports here. Said the one player Arsenal for are very close to securing a deal for a Brentford and Victor Gyökeres. Now they've made concrete effort. Say on the call for Brentford and Victor Gyökeres. No number be show team in him. No have a bomber or one and you don't know is Alexander Isak or one of Uge Ekitike and say Kalesna. And now you didn't come out in community. We realize say the entourage of a Brentford who great Ekitike. They've been cleared to the people in Germany, especially through build. Say a Brighton who get critique next season. I'm very certain of in English Premier League, but opening club. And in our own analysis, they clear Liverpool, Arsenal, most likely it will go for him. I'm ruling Chelsea out because Oshe who get critique when I young. Chelsea wants more experience center forward. And that's why for me I think that Chelsea will lean towards more of somebody who has experience in the Premier, and I said generally as a player or a very experienced. So maybe Victor Osimhen as a center forward for Chelsea, because aerially, anyway, I say there are only a few center forwards that are more aggressive, more combative, and more successful than Brentford and Victor Osimhen aerially. So I hope strike with my said man. Then of course we say Liam Delap top player in terms of the experience of Premier League and the kind of things that Liam Delap can do. The experience also playing for team friend Ipswich Town. It looks as if Liam Delap can be the guy that will bring Chelsea to the next level. Maybe on person go through our border Liam Delap or Victor Osimhen or Arsenal. It looks as if say Victor Gyökeres and Brentford, your friend Alexander Isak, and could remember Chelsea of course from Thursday. Arsenal about the match on Thursday. Chelsea our next 5 big Premier League matches. So Chelsea a bit qualify for Champions League. It depends on these ones. I don't call Premier League for Twitter handler Omar Titan and the run in. Chelsea run in games. So 2 London derbies now started. Tottenham Hotspur started. Then there is also team my friend Brentford, tough team. Brentford will feel on recognition and yet there Tottenham Hotspur on the travels are not too good, but Omar recover most of our players, especially Tottenham Hotspur. And after that Chelsea showed 2-0 our first league game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. No, I don't think Tottenham Hotspur will remember that easy. I doubt they won't make it easy at all. I think it's going to be very, very, very difficult for Chelsea. After that, there is Ipswich Town. Chelsea are the only top 6 traditional team this season. One team share Ipswich Town or the Portman Road away, and it tells you time from October, November, December there. I don't know what was going on with Enzo Maresca as a manager. Seriously, meaning because so free time October, November, December. Now team go share Ipswich. Now dropping points to Fulham. That is why Chelsea up to today ain't any clear favorites for top 4. In Casa time now. It should have been clear favorite for top 4. But then Chelsea are struggling to get into top 4. Oka wait Everton, Waka Kobo draw, na Fulham Mbappe show, na Bournemouth about draw, Waka wait Ipswich one dropping point. Hey, you will not be able to get top 4 in the English Premier League. I didn't see the rest of the games that are going to be difficult. Fulham or Horham, Everton or Horham. Chelsea needs to get Sir Winston. Omar Sir Winston there. Then it's going to be difficult. There's another story on Chelsea for goalkeeper. Remember some insights on very soon. But apart from say Arsenal for needing come out with strikers now, there has been the story of Matheus Cunha. Brazil, Money Global, the biggest football-based newspaper of Brazil, Cromon, and Matheus Cunha, and your wedding come on. And come on, Matheus Cunha, Global for Dino there. Wakache Fulham for Wolverhampton say already a season in there he wants to go. But see, baby, and the carry and do as a player now. He wants to compete for titles, also get trophies, also important is also about big teams need it. On one year sure say Wolverhampton bit man and sad, since Wolverhampton some managers Gary O'Neill, Pereira, Momode, Nuno Espirito Santo at some point in time. He doesn't think so. Say Wolverhampton bit man and sad, and he wants to go. There's exactly as Matheus Cunha said. I say I've made it clear. I need to take the next step over there. I want to fight for titles. When only a small catcher globe for them. How that is going to be with respect to our brand here. Matthias Cunha over there. I mean, Niente Antonio Conte every season. And Obi Oshoni Biani say me a Conte fanboy. I love Antonio Conte. But I mean, Niente Antonio Conte always makes it look as if he's never going to stay at a club beyond one season. Obo season back could be especially say or GBB and now say or year like he's playing some good stuff. Now for the or ma press or more some thinking say or no as a coach him can go and so to way man on the side. And you and Giovanni Mana Edin come up on Napoli on him. And like I said, Antonio Conte they want to keep him. I think the 1 year on his contract or signing 2 years. So they want to keep him. But assistant Antonio Conte had asked for Napoli for it to make a lot of reinvestment since Abrante Fedivica Kodeskere Koyela. Napoli players the penalty. Romelu Lukaku, we all know the story. In the last game against AC Milan, I said several times that there was no way AC Milan would go to the Diego Armando Maradona. No matter what question Napoli that it won't happen. The Napoli team, the Neapolitan team is solid, they are good. When they're playing at home in Star 4-3-3, we didn't expect Conte to play like that, but he's getting success in it. Romelu Lukaku had the 400th goal for team and friend in Napoli at that time. Now referee Sasha Hodom, Abrante David Nunes, he speaks well of Antonio Conte. Obia Penasem. I don't understand how even the telepathy between Ono and Abrante Mattia Politano. I mean, you can tell, say he's loved by Napoli players. So how is it that at the end of the day, after all of this love, after all of this success, Coach Unya team beats Napoli, then all of a sudden Antonio Conte sends signal that he may not be staying at Team Friend SSC Napoli beyond next season. Look at how AC Milan has struggled. They need characters like Antonio Conte, Senkobiti Beshima Momananka, what uplift, see how the players think, how the players approach matches, how the players will become physical and win draws, because signing money in a very important super important. Say one year in that direction and you will struggle, and it's just like that. It's the same thing that you could see Abrante Thiago Motta, coach of Juventus before, now Oyen Ejuma, but didn't handle the issue of Kenan Yildiz here. Then all of a sudden Kenan Yildiz has left the team. And then Kenan Yildiz, Ono Thiago Motta, has left the team. And Kenan Yildiz, the first game, Tudo Ego, Ebebe Lidi as coach of Juventus. Oshego will celebrate through and through Juventini. Meanwhile, this boy is a tech, or a tech was celebrating like a Juventini, a kisse badge, and they are there here and there. And it tells you, say, players, if you don't manage them well, these things will happen. So if Antonio Conte or players on your side, you have to do things right. I think the Conte would have to do things right, which is something that's very, very important. And now, Kylian Mbappe describing Nientia, he is very happy. Our team, your friend, Real Madrid assistant now, say, no, say the ninja you see as a player, no Mbappe, the ninja you will see, say, Romina, because on Opesre. But Oko Madrid team, the Niaji, he's excited or won a ball, and then Oko in front of Marsa. They are saying that Mbappe, any Abrante Lewandowski, we action. Obviously, because Mbappe is playing well, Lewandowski is playing well, and these are two players something that's very good for their respective clubs. One Madrid, and of course team your friend Barcelona. So you need your players to be scoring and then putting you at a good place in terms of saying your or Manchester. And now Mbappe didn't come up say naturally if one air cassette and comedy a lot of conversation and approach Abrantia, your friend Jules Koundé. Meeting also and manager our Barcelona Cromon crunch meeting par and a course between Jules Koundé and Toraj and any Barcelona phono, of course represented by Deco. Say when one Barca player this season one with the most minutes per air branch of any Jules Koundé. He has played the most minutes for Barcelona. In fact, almost every game. Barring one game, he was late for the pre-match tactical meeting. That is when Hansi Dieter Flick pulled him out and they didn't let him play entire match and over there. But then apart from that, every match that Barcelona has played consistently, it's either he plays some minutes. Only the most capped player for Barcelona this season. and in all competitions. And Barcelona have gone and said they want to have negotiation with respect to contract extension. And now the good news about Barcelona in a crunch meeting. After that, good news about the good news now. And they say, my brand here from the Jew school, they are catching Barcelona. They say, he's not going anywhere. On country will be also for Chelsea. On country will be also for Barcelona. I mean, who really wants to lead this Barca team? A hugely successful at this point in time, and they can go on to win a treble. Man can say in 2 weeks' time, the treble can plummet, and Hansi Flick and crack and now say the most important game for Barcelona is our game at least Atletico de Madrid at the Wanda 4-4 first leg. Music Oko that's one you now Atletico you film. Now you have to find ways to manage and go and prepare well for the champion Real Betis game after prepare here for Dortmund. One airball and as the season goes on from there, and you don't want that. You don't want that crap. You don't want that. And Ancelotti current now, like I said, he thinks Kylian Mbappe has what it takes to become the next Cristiano Ronaldo. I think so too. I think that in terms of quality there, Moshe player, born winning ball, or in a Jumeye, or impact, the number of goals I this season. Just on the same with Cristiano Ronaldo, and then a couple below Bobby Zamora. Now it tells you say the potential for Kylian Mbappe as a player to get to the very top. Not yet, very very clear. So obviously, Edrouano, Nabi come on. Chelsea have made a decision, taken a decision. Our goalkeepers, no so 3 goalkeepers now. Our Chelsea for our Jorge Petrovic on loan. Our branch friend Mike Pendes also on loan. There is Philip Jorgensen. Our Chelsea and there is a branch here, your friend Robert Sanchez. And then, according to Matt Law, Chelsea plan is simple. Almost your margins on the any goalkeeper here. Almost a goalkeeper third year. Almost 2 goalkeeper here stands now. But no person may say as the season goes on, season in there, they will do analysis of our goalkeepers. Analyze them and Obitse Philip Jorgens, Obitse Jorge Petrovic Musino. There's a chance that they come back to Chelsea and then come and play over there. It looks as you said this is going to be the final season for Abrantia, your friend Thomas Muller, our team, your friend FC Bayern Munich, and it's not too good. I mean, the memories that Thomas Muller buying for even for Germany for the Diamond Shot, you know. I mean, see him leave Tima, your friend FC Bayern Munich at the end of the season when his contract ends, you know. I will be very, very worried for Bavaria for the back. It's going to happen. Bayern for now expected to part ways with Thomas Muller at the end of the season. Muller joined the club in 2000, just 10 years old, and will leave after playing more than 600 games and scoring 200 goals for my friend FC Bayern Munich. Obviously, end of an era. Story now that may come up. Chelsea for one goalkeeper story now. Chelsea plan full assessment of goalkeepers. Petrovic highly rated. Teenager Mike Penders will be given a chance to prove himself in the summer. And then of course, Chelsea will make a decision of their goalkeepers as the season goes on or something that is very, very important over there. Clear, Obieka, build, Keka. Everybody in Germany is reporting Brentford friend Thomas Muller in the last season. Any old team, your friend FC Bayern Munich. Of course, Pedri, about so betting Ballon d'Or, and usually players who get many numbers win it. I prefer that Rafinha or Lamine win it. They are the ones that make the difference. As long as the team wins titles, I'm happy. That is top mentality for Abrantia, your friend Pedri, Gonzalez, who's already there. I mean, players normally show goals, near assists, I don't know. I'm not much. Already homogeneous. Only has about GBB. Ancelotti say. Dani Carvajal, Dani Ceballos, and Brentford Fela Mendy, both are back and available against Arsenal, and that's good news. At the beginning, I make actually say Arsenal for now excited. So Brentford, your friend Bukayo Saka is going to be back with them, and that is very very good also for Madrid. So many Dani Ceballos, Abrana Madrid for the air struggle to get balance. Tempo control, be able to control a kita ball, recycle play, the come. Where they didn't get that from was Abrantia near Freno because the absence of Toni Kroos, no more free Toni Kroos on him. Now, as it stands now, they are going to get from Dani Ceballos because almost against Manchester City, home and away, solid performance for Abrantia friend Dani Ceballos, and he's going to be back for Madrid for A good news also for them. At that time, an update on Brentford from Ricardo Calafiori injured. I say lucky it wasn't much was in Calafiori injured. You remember Arsenal for no, and Chelsea for no, they still. But nobody updates neighbor striker updates no Vetosime, Liam Delap, Vetosime, Liam Delap, Vetosime, Liam Delap. Hey Charlie. Hey Chelsea. Oh my striker pa the Avengers. Chelsea and striker pa correct one this summer. And at the end they say Chelsea can't get it wrong. So we got the wrong problem is they can't get it wrong. They need to get the striker and then on way and so we got the right. And so we got the right striker. Say Dilapo, so Simeo, say Jokeresho. The person needs to hit the ground running because people be bad when Tinya near Jumana. Problem is. And the reason is that Arsenal for focusing more on Jokeresh and Chelsea for focusing more on Osimhen. Maybe they mean that Chelsea review Osimhen deal. Watching Osimhen because once you na Alexander Isak so be Liverpool review Osimhen deal they intend him. No be any come out. Say they be out with me. Mama be fine when you're a striker. Now the man call you man of honor. Yes, I am. One in tema na not trouble at the beginning of next season. And on Peresa, you don't want that at all. You don't want that at all. In terms of what you can do or born assistants now. And I think that Mesaba. I mean, remember more of the specific updates, more analysis. In the next couple of hours, but out here, you have to see what has investors now. You still have a chance. Gonna go for link, go for quotes, Kugucha, Betway, of course. And I'm sure waiting for another big boom. I was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Subscribe, turn on notification, turn on share link.